Hi everyone, welcome to the Zened Out IGTV. My name is Erin and I'm part of Team Zened Out. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit tonight about the full moon, about the High Priestess archetype, and to share a full moon High Priestess mist or spray that you can make, and you can make it tonight if you'd like. So the full moon was actually this morning at 12 a.m. if you're in Eastern time. Last night if you're in Pacific time or other earlier time zones or later time zones if you're Pacific time-ish. And so with that, the full moon is this time where things get brought up to the surface. So we can see this literally. If you look at the Farmer's Almanac to get your moon dates, which I do, you know that farmers have been planting by the moon, using the moon to harvest, to plant for forever, because the moon literally has an effect on the water in the plants. The moon pulls up the water within us as well, right? We're water people, we're water bodies on the planet of water. And so the moon has an impact on our intuition, on our subconscious, on our feelings, our moods. The full moon can act as a mirror, and with that it can mirror back to us things that we might not normally see. It illuminates, right? Literally. It can reflect back to us truth from our subconscious, intuitive messages. It can also bring up our feelings, right? So you might find yourself feeling really emotional at the full moon time, and that's information, and that's really important as well. And so with that, the High Priestess is the archetype in the tarot. Hopefully you can see that. The High Priestess is the archetype in the tarot that is about connecting with our intuition, and it's actually ruled by the moon. Each tarot card, if you didn't know, has an astrological association, and for the High Priestess, it's the moon. This is the archetype that's about connecting within. It's about shutting out the noise and about tuning into our own wisdom, to the wisdom of our bodies, to the wisdom of our hearts. It's about descending into our own underworld, into our own shadow, and seeing the magic and the medicine and the truth and the knowledge that lies there for us. It's such an important archetype, and it's really beautiful, and you can even see on the card, right, there's, as I drop the card, there's moon imagery, right? There's a moon at the bottom. There's sort of this duality mirror aspect here with the two different colored pillars. There's a full moon or triple goddess crown on the High Priestess's head, and they sit in front of the veil of mysteries covered in pomegranates, which is a nod to Persephone. And Persephone, you might have heard the myth of Persephone descending into the underworld, and that's exactly what we're invited to do in the High Priestess, but it's our own underworld. Not something to be afraid of, but something to work with, something to know ourselves better, to go deep within so we can know more of what we need, know more of what we desire, know more of who we are. And so this spray that we're going to be making is to help you with that. It's a really beautiful and simple spray, and it uses the power of the full moon and the High Priestess archetype to help you connect to your intuition. And this is a really powerful time to be doing that. So you can find the full post at zendout.com. It's at the link in our bio, but I'm going to tell you all the ingredients that you need, and then the specific quantities, like the number of drops and all of that you need is in the blog post. So what you're going to need is some full moon charged water. So you can put some water out under the full moon tonight. It's going to have a little bit of a different energy to it, which is beautiful. It's going to have a little bit of a different energy to it because we're on the waning side of the full moon, right? Yesterday we were on the waxing side of the full moon. The moon was waxing to fullness. And the moon is only full for 1 minute, right? At 12:12, it's full. That's it. Not at 12:11, not at 12:13. It's only full for 1 minute. And 1 minute. And then after that, we're on the waning side of the full moon. It's still the full moon, but we're bringing a little bit of a different energy, different flavor to it, which is beautiful. So your spray will have that infused in it. So you want to charge your water under the full moon tonight. So just get a bowl of water, some filtered water if you have it. put it under the moon. You can soak a crystal or two in it for like some extra magical charge if you'd like, but you don't have to. You can just put the water out and then go get it again in the morning. That's going to be a big part of our mist. You're also going to need a spray bottle. You're going to need some small tumbled crystal chips. So I recommend using amethyst or another stone that you connect the high priestess to. Then you're also going to want to have witch hazel and some essential oils. So I recommend using frankincense, clary sage, or sandalwood, or all three if you'd like, totally up to you. But again, if there's another oil that you connect with the high priestess, that you connect with the full moon, then you can use that instead. And so that's all you're gonna need, and I really invite you to create a ritual space as you create this mist. This is a magical mist, and so whatever a ritual space means to you, whether that's grounding yourself for a few moments before you create your mist, whether that's you're pulling a couple of cards, whether you're lighting some incense or candles, cleansing your space with smoke. You don't need objects to create a ritual space. You can literally just drop into a ritual mindset, right? Deep breaths, connection to body, whatever that means to you. But create some ritual space, make it sacred, let it be magical, and create your mist and infuse it with that energy. So all the instructions that you need are at zendout.com with the specific quantities, and we would love to see your mists after you make them. So tag us in your Instagram stories, tag us on your Instagram posts, and let us see your mists. Let us know how this goes for you, and we love you.